Hello everybody and welcome back to Obey Me One Master to Rule Them All. I do apologize for the last video. I don't know what went wrong with my screen recorder, but hopefully it's fixed now and we can go on to it. Where we left off, we just met Leviathan and Mammon left us to freaking die. So, let's get into what Levi wants us to do. The Tale of the Seven Lords. What's that now? You want to know why I looked around to see if anyone was watching before I closed the door? Why do you think I did it? Isn't it obvious? Imagine what would happen if someone saw me inviting you into my room. A human who doesn't even look like a otaku, but a normie. You know what people would say, right? Are you worried people might gossip? Are you an otaku, Leviathan? Actually, I'm an otaku too. Technically speaking, I am an otaku in real life. I do really like anime. I don't collect too much anime stuff because, you know, I'm poor, but I am an otaku. So actually, I'm an otaku too. Really? You are? Well, if you think that means I'll give you special treatment, now you've got another thing coming, because I won't. The bookcase is full of thick hardcover books as big as encyclopedias. The Tale of the Seven Lords, the Lord of Shadow awakens. What is it, human? What are you looking at? Wait, that looks like The Tale of the Seven Lords. Are you a fan of that too? Never heard of it. Excuse me? You don't know TSL, and you call yourself a human? Just how clueless are you? How could you not know? Just the fact that you don't know TSL alone is proof that you've been wasting your life. So I'm going to do you a favor and teach you about TSL. Make sure you pay attention. The Tale of the Seven Lords, otherwise known as TSL, is a series of fantasy novels written by Christopher Pergot. It's a heroic epic spanning 138 volumes, and it's the most widely read fantasy series in the world. There are even theatrical versions, an animated series, and feature films too. And it's been translated into a total of 182 different languages. Okay, I don't even know if there's, like, that many languages in the world right now, so, yeah. In the 1990s, the theatrical version was an utter disaster, owing to the fact that they added several characters that were not present in the original manuscript. At the time, I was like, the producer totally needs to crawl into a hole and die. But then the 2015 version came out, and it was amazing. Better than amazing, if you ask me. It showed that needlessly cramming a female lead in there alongside Henry was a bad idea. That's not what he needs. What he needs is a friend who really understands him, and the 2015 version proved that. Also, the most vital element of the story is that each of the seven lords is so unique. They are also interesting in their own particular way. That's what makes TSL so great. The lords are all brothers. The oldest is called the Lord of Corruption. He doesn't come as cross as being so bad at first, but he's always plotting and planning in secret. The second oldest is the Lord of Fools, a scumbag who will do anything for money. The third oldest is called the Lord of Shadow, a brooding recluse. The fourth oldest is known as the Lord of Masks. He masquerades as a high-status, upstanding member of society. But underneath it all, he is an inhuman monster. The fifth oldest, the Lord of Lechery, only ever thinks of sex. The sixth oldest, the Lord of Flies, and he only ever thinks about food. Then there's the seventh oldest, called the Lord of Emptiness. He's weird. You never know what's running through his head. It seems most people like the oldest lord, the Lord of Corruption, best. Everyone always talks about how great he is, but not me. I like the third lord way more. Of course, I like Henry too. He's the protagonist. He's almost as great as the third lord. The second lord is a is total scum, a hopeless degenerate that leads a life of extravagance and indulgence. He's always causing trouble for the Third Lord. He's got these magical pigs that can give birth to solid gold piglets, and he treasures them above all else. So, Henry goes and talks to the pigs, and using his wit and powers of persuasion, he convinces them to leave him. Then, he leads every last one of them away and presents them to the Third Lord as a gift. Wow, I mean, they're such good friends, you can almost feel it. It's enough to make you cry. Oh, and then there's that one really awesome moment when the two of them realize they both like and respect each other, and they high-five. I just love that part, you know? I wish I could have a moment like that. I wish I could be like the Third Lord. I may be a recluse like him, but we're totally different because he's got an amazing friend like Henry. Check it out. See that goldfish in the fish tank there? He's actually named Henry. I love TSL so much that I couldn't help naming him after the main character. His back wall is literally a giant fish tank, and he just has that one freaking goldfish that you can see, that little speck right there. But I can't really high-five a goldfish, can I? The original author of TSL, Christopher Virgo, he's actually a human, you know. That's why I'm so jealous of you guys. Humans are so lucky. You've got subscription services that let you watch your favorite anime anytime. You can go to Akihabara whenever you want. Why do only you guys get to experience all the good stuff? I mean, humans' whole concept of pleasure originally came from us demons, you know. We gave it to you, so can't we have a little of that back now, huh? I mean, I want to be able to go to a Japanese maid cafe too. I want to hear the maids welcome me as the master of the house and have them draw ketchup hearts on my fried rice omelet to experience the magic of it all. I want to cosplay as Henry and then go stand in the center of Akihabara, or maybe under that one building in Tokyo that's shaped like upside-down triangles. And once I'm there, I want to perform Henry's super powerful signature finishing move for all to see and say the incantation that goes with it. I want to shout it at the top of my lungs. Actually, you know what? I want to be Henry. Jesus Christ, Levi. Your long-ass-winded conversations. Oh my god. I understand you're passionate, but Jesus. There's only so much I can keep up with. Right, screw all the normies. Who needs them? He's like, yeah, screw them. But Jesus, Levi, you got long-ass explanations. Alright, enough. This is starting to depress me. Anyways, I didn't bring you here to tell you about TSL. Well, you kinda did, as I looked at it and I said I hadn't heard of it before, dude. I don't think there's any harm in just coming out and saying what you already know is true. Mammon is a complete and utter scumbag. It's very important that you understand this, so I'll say it one more time. Mammon is a hopeless, worthless scumbag. I lent that scumbag money and now I want him to pay me back. But being a scumbag that he is, he won't do it. I wish I could force him to, but despite what a rotten waste of space he is, Mammon's still the second oldest. As the third oldest, no matter how hard I try, I don't stand a chance against him. So, say what you want to know. So you say you want to know how Mammon and I first became enemies? Well, it's a long story, but sure, I'll tell you, human. I didn't ask you to tell me the story, bro! God dang it. It's gonna be another long-ass fucking monologue. Once, a long time ago, Mammon won a prize in a convenience store promotional campaign. If you bought something, they let you reach into a box and pull out a piece of paper that told you what you'd won. And the prize Mammon won was a Seraphina figure, something I would have died to have. But despite the fact that Mammon had no interest in it at all, he refused to give it to me. Why, you ask? Because I wanted it. That's it. That was the only reason. I wanted it, and he said no just to torment me. I mean, how awful is that? So I got to thinking, Mammon's just gonna end up treating Seraphina like some random piece of junk. That much is a given. I can maybe handle it if he at least leaves her in the original packaging, but what if he actually takes her out of the box? He might just do it, and if he does, he'll get dust on her, won't he? So I decided I had to save Seraphina, so I snuck into Mammon's room in the middle of the night. And what do you think I saw there? You're not gonna believe it. He didn't even open the box. No, it's way worse than that. He hadn't even taken it out of the plastic convenience store bag, which he tossed on the floor of his room. The floor! He actually left Seraphina on the floor, the queen of high elves herself. Sure, she seems cold and prideful at first, but once you get her alone, you'll find that all she really wants is affection. She just doesn't know how to admit it, and it's so cute. Yet Mammon just threw her on the floor, and I don't think he cleaned it in 3 months. It was just covered in junk. Old empty ramen containers, tissues with dried snot and boogers in them, stuff strewn everywhere. And there she was, lying there amongst all of that, on the floor, tossed aside like so much junk. How could he? It was so awful, I just lost it, and I flew into a rage. I walked straight over to Mammon, who was lying on his bed asleep, and I raised my leg up and into the air and over him, and brought my heel down onto his stomach as hard as I could. But the next thing I knew, he wasn't there on the bed anymore. It all happened so fast. He moved with incredible speed. He grabbed me, picked me up, and slammed me head first onto the floor in a pile driver. And the worst part of it is that he was stark naked. As I started to lose consciousness, I remember thinking, why does he have to sleep in the nude? He could at least put on some underwear. I don't remember anything else after that. You've seen just how fast he is yourself, haven't you? No one aside from Lucifer or Baal has that kind of speed. But if, say, a human made a pact with Mammon and bound him to their service, then he'd have to do whatever that human told him to. Which means that if you make a pact with Mammon and then ordered him to give me back my money, he wouldn't have any choice but to do it. This is the only option, but I know what a frickin' pact is because I've seen Supernatural and all that stuff. But let's go ahead and ask it, what's a pact? A pact with a demon. Haven't you seen that in movies and stuff? The demon lends his strength to a human to make their wish come true in exchange for their soul. I don't want to give up my soul. That isn't always necessary. It depends on what's in the pact. But, well, you need to give something to the demon to make it worth the exchange, so it's pretty much inevitable. But if you don't want to give up your soul, then I'll tell you how you can negotiate with Mammon. Also, I'm sure it would be useful having him as your servant. I mean, despite how awful he is, he's still a powerful demon. But I bet you feel worried being dragged down here to the devildom and all. So I don't think it would end up being a bad deal for you, either. Don't you agree? How would I go about doing that? I take it that means you think the plan of mine could work, right? Excellent. You may be a human, but still, you show some promise. Regardless, if I'm being honest, I don't really care what you think. What's important is that I have a plan, and I'm going to explain it to you now. So shut up and listen. Excuse you? That's extremely rude, Mr. Leviathan. You and your singular freaking goldfish over there. If you just walk up to Mammon and ask him to make a pact with you, he'll never agree. No, you need some leverage, a bargaining chip. You're going to offer him something in return. Something he wants so badly that he'd do anything to get it. As I said before, Leviathan is very a long-winded replier. Because, oh my god. Anything involving him when he's discussing, like, anime or something, he's going to explain it in a very long-winded manner. So I'm going to have to read all that, you understand. And it's going to suck. But I will do my best, and do forgive my stuttering and stuff. It's been a long day for me, but yeah. The reason why this is in like 2 parts is because when I previously recorded the whole thing, all 5 of these lessons here, it literally wouldn't save the video, so I had to restart my phone and I lost all the footage, so that's why. But damn. Well, we'll see you in lesson 2 when we finally get Mammon to make a pact with us. And as I said, Mammon is an asshole and a dick. And Levi is kind of an asshole too. But what do you expect from demons, am I right? They're all kind of assholes. So, like I said, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!